How's it going, everybody? Moose here. I just did a short video off my phone for the brakes, but I took the passenger side off and a little worse. So here's what we got. 2019 Goldwing, by the way. Doing the front brakes. Back brakes are okay, as I mentioned in the other video. I got them off, collapsed the cylinders. The first one, I took some fluid out of the reservoir up top and then put it back on. I did the same thing on this. You could definitely tell the brake pads were low because well, the fluid was really low in the reservoir. But this is the front right side toward the wheel, actually, on the passenger side of the bike, if you want to call it that. A lot worse than the other brake pads on the rest of the bike. So a little uneven wear, as you can see. The other ones had probably about 50% or, well, 75% of the brake wear done on the other side. And this one's, I don't think I'd have wanted to ride that much more than a couple more thousand miles. I think I'd have been hitting steel. And you got a little spring in the back that sits up inside here like this and applies spring pressure to the, oh look, I can watch myself live right now. Spring pressure on the brake cylinder. I wanted to ask a question to anybody out there riding a Goldwing, and that has to do with the bolts that go into calipers. So they recommend you change these things every time you do the brakes, or really the wheel. These are it. They got a hole all the way through the center, called a stretch bolt, basically. They're aluminum bolts, so I understand what they're saying about changing them. I don't think you'd really have to every time. I know I've changed the front wheel once on this bike, and I didn't change them then. But I did buy new ones. They're about 11 bucks a piece, so $50 with shipping for aluminum bolts, which seems outrageous. I think more or less what Loctite, because these go in, they went in a lot harder than the original ones came out. I think it has to do with the whatever kind of Loctite they're using. And from my understanding online, people believe it's something similar to this VC3 thread mate, which I bought just so I have some. So it's not as hard as a Loctite, but it is good for vibration. So I did buy new bolts. I'm not going to do it every time I pull these off, but I figure every 2 years it's worth the 50 bucks to change the brake pads just in case. Change the bolts, so why not? But we got a few things, sorry I'm waving around, a few things going on with the bike today. We are going to finish the brakes, flush the brake systems. I got a plastic bag up there for the brakes. I learned that from Fred Harmon on one of his videos where he was flushing the brakes. Genius, put a little hole in it, put it around the reservoir, tape it up so no fluids get through. And then I have a Alcan engine guard for the Goldwing on the bottom of the engine from Traction Dynamics. They make good stuff, really heavy. You're not going to find anything made much better. You can tell these guys put a lot of time. That's an aircraft aluminum plate, so they put some time into it. They come with new bolts for the engine casings to put them on with, and so I'm looking forward to doing that. Other than that, I also have this from Traction Dynamics, which is a brass battery bolt. I'm going to put that on. That should eliminate the possibility of issues with the battery. Not being able to put a jump starter on it, because as you can see on a Goldwing battery, pretty shallow bolts. You can get one on the negative. Of course, you can ground anywhere with a battery jump box. This will go underneath with button down, and you'll have a place to put your jump box. So Traction Dynamics makes some awesome stuff. I really appreciate their products. I really want to get down there this year and check out their bike with the suspension, because I bet the Goldwing will be badass with a new suspension on it. I really want to get that done. And I had some engine covers coming for the top of the engine. I don't have those yet. They didn't show up. So I'll probably leave the highway pegs off for right now. But we're going to finish up this brake job on the front of this bike, and then we're going to flush the brake system. And I'll do a short little video for flushing it, maybe, just to show you what we're doing when we get there. So maybe I'll set a camera up or something to record that. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. See you. Bye.